Innovative content. Global audience.
This morning, one would hardly tell where the next wave will be coming from, because there are so many topical issues ranging from Imo State's PDP crisis, Sarab call on ex-governors, Kano government demolition, and a lot more. This is People and Politics, and I am your host, RITA UCHECHI. Welcome to the program. Later, I will be bringing in a political expert to discuss very topical issues this morning. Now, let's look at some of the issues before then. So, Imo PDP crisis in Imo State. With the things that are going on in Imo State PDP is becoming alarming. You can't tell what is going to happen as people are leaving the party. I just don't know what we are going to, because years back we could tell that in Imo State PDP happened to be a major political party, but with the internal crisis happening now in Imo State, I don't know. I seriously don't know what is going to happen next. Then let's look at the Sarab calling on ex-governors. Seriously, I think, although I'm not a political expert, I think that it is a nice move if ex-governors can stay clear of these life pensions, because it's like in the statement it was written immoral. It's immoral for them to be collecting life pensions while they are also in the Senate. Then we go on the Kano demolition. So these demolitions are so frequent since the inception of this government that it's as if the government came in just to demolish existing properties and the legacies of the state. One would think that these are political, political and nothing but just to ridicule the works of the previous administrations. So now we'll go on a little break. When we come back, I'll be coming with my guest.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wileke, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jetplay, and many more. Dates, 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue, Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to event@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know what time it is. Your boy Ice Prince Amani. I can't wait to ride this.
Okay, it's so exciting. The game's
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industrial icons. Nigeria Week.
Now here with me in the studio, although he's not here in Abuja, is a political analyst, Mr. Emobo Solomon. Welcome, sir, to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. In this program, we have today we have a lot of political issues in Nigeria. So, could you help us, like this Imo State PDP crisis, like people leaving the party, the National Working Committee leaving the party? I think about 13 of them have resigned from the party. So, what do you think the party should do in order to curtail this crisis that's been ongoing in the party?
Well, thank you very much, and I want to comment on it on political view. Now, in every political party, where there are issues of sentiment, where there are issues of resentment among political players, maybe, for example, during issues arising from primaries and all of that, you see a lot of political party members trying to find another direction to have their political adventure fulfilled. Now, in the case of this Imo State, you realize that a lot has been happening around the PDP recently, and many people might want to say, wow, now it is because the government in place is doing well. A lot of the PDP members are feeling that the better place to be as at the moment is the other political party. So it's an issue of somebody who is trying to leave and you are causing issues to the person again. He will find every reason to quickly leave the party. So leaving a political party is not a new thing, but the party should have found, a way, an eternal resolution mechanism to handle this issue. Otherwise, more persons are still going to leave.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Solomon. Talking about appointments that is ongoing now, they're lobbying for appointments as FG have no dissolution of board. How do you see the appointments panning out? Like who do you think will be favored in the appointments this time around in this administration?
You are talking about the presidency, right?
Yes, sir.
The fact about it is that there are going to be a lot of push, a lot of lobbying. And of course, you can't remove lobbying from appointment politics like this. The truth, what we are expecting Mr. President to do is to ensure that the right persons, the right people are appointed into various political offices. This is not a time we are trying to wake up. We are trying to salvage the country at the moment. We are trying to put things right in the country at the moment. So this is not time for the president to actually give into lobbying of some persons. If the wrong people are the ones lobbying, the president must not appoint them. None of them should be appointed. And from the body language of Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, from the way from his body language, we are beginning to see that the man is going to do the right thing. His appointments are going to be square peg in the square hole. There is no room for just anybody to come and fill into any office. A lot of them are pushing right now. We are talking about appointment of the cabinet. That is the ministerial appointment. When ministers fail, it is also a colossal failure of that particular government. So appointment of ministers, it must be given adequate attention. It is not an appointment that you just do and for the sake of relationship. It is an appointment that must be made on competence, on capacity, on character. So it goes beyond. So the appointment, and you know very well now in the country, everybody is expecting earnestly to see who is going to be in the cabinet of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the appointment is not just what they are going to pick because they lobby for that. They should sort for people. I remember the time of Olusegun Obasanjo, former president. He sorted for people. Goodluck Jonathan sorted for some persons. You remember the time of Konji Iweala as Minister of Finance. She didn't come to lobby for that.
Yes.
She didn't come to lobby for that. She was sorted for. That's what Mr. President should do right now. They should they should go around the globe, sort out for capable Nigerians, bring them in if that is possible, and let them take over the cabinets. We are in right now to put things right. Because everyone, you can see that many of the young people, they say about 75% of every young Nigerian wants to leave the country. And that should tell you something. So this is the time to just make everything right now. Not time to just give in.
Okay, that's the Japa syndrome that is ongoing in the country right now.
Yeah, one of my friends left last week here with his family.
Oh, really?
You know?
Well, anyway, I like that statement. Source for the right people, source for those that will work, and not just for political favors, those that will really do the work. I hope that our leaders will hear these and put them in action. Anyway, quick on, we are going to look at SERAP. SERAP is calling out Godswill Akpabio and other 13 ex-governors that they should disclose the total amount of life pensions they have received as governors in their various states. So what do you think about this move? And he's also stating that they should emulate Saraki in, as you are an ex-governor, you should just leave, you should stop collecting life pensions. And it is tagged this thing is tagged immoral. So I think that, how do you see it?
SERAP is one, an organization or association, as I put it, that is ensuring that the government is doing what is right per time. SERAP represents a kind of association that is a watchdog to every government presently. Now, what SERAP is saying is not out of place, because how could somebody be a former governor for the past 10 years and still receiving pension?
Yes.
And right now, many of them are ministers. Many of them have been ministers. They have been in several offices, and they are still receiving pension from their various states, and they call it life pension. Those are the monumental wastes that we are constituting in this country. It is uncalled for. Right now, Babio is the Senate president of this country, and he's still talking about receiving pension from Akwa Ibom State. These are things that are supposed to be put to an end. We don't need to continue with all this, kind of. I don't know. I think but I believe that it is a bill that must have been passed by their state assemblies. They just need to go and do amendment to such bills that constitute monumental waste, and it is quite immoral, as they put it. At least they should look inward and beat their conscience for once and say this is not right. Akpabio and the rest former governors, they should put an end to it. In fact, SERAP should push forward to ensure that their state house of assemblies re-amend that portion of their constitution, because that is where it is coming from. Many of them have technically pushed their state assembly to make that amendment such that they will be receiving life pension from their states.
Yeah, seriously,
So it
this,
isn't moral. It's
yeah,
not just.
these are things that we need to look out for. This administration would need to stop all these things. At least we, as we believe that being in a public office is a service to the people and not a place for you to accumulate wealth. It's a place of selfless service to the nation. Please, our leaders, please, you people should look at all these things, and so that our country will can move forward. So what can we do about the Jackman syndrome?
The Jackpot syndrome has become, you have already called it a syndrome. So it has come to stay technically, except the government begin to do things differently before you can say, many of these young people will have hope to remain in this country. Otherwise, you will see the drove of many young Nigerians out of this country. A friend of mine with his family, they left the country last week.
Wow.
They migrated out of the country to the Europe. And do you know that these two guys are working with the revenue office?
Oh God.
They are working. They are under the state government's employment. But you can see that they feel that there's no hope in this country. They left with the entire family. So the Jackpot syndrome has come to stay, except the government begins to do things differently. And I think from the look of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, from his takeoff in office, we know we cannot use these 2 weeks to rate him. You understand? But we can say that the country, the government is on course. Is on course. We should have some amount of hope presently.
Just like you said,
is nothing we can do about it, except citizens begin to see our leaders behaving appropriately, cutting off corruption, cutting off wastages, monumental looting and all of that, careless looting, reckless behavior by public office holders, elected officers. When those things begin to stop, you see Nigerians trying to, feel back at home.
Okay, just like you said about the 2 week, that 2 weeks is too early to judge the present administration. Like, there is a statement from the Northwest Vice Chair that APC have drifted from the expectations of Nigerians, and this is just early in this administration. So what do you think about this statement? Is it justifiable, or is it politically driven to tarnish APC?
This is politically driven statement, and you know very well the contention between these two major political parties in the country, could lead to such statements. But what now? The citizens are saying we feel that the present administration is on course at the moment. Now, when a political party comes to say otherwise, it means that it's because of the contention, political, it's contentious. That is the reason they are making such statement. And let me say this: when they say the administration has drifted, in what area has it drifted? They have to be specific so that we know what they are talking about, because appointment just began and we have found out that all the appointees so far, they are in order. There are people that merited those offices. You understand? So the president has not even done anything, and they said he has drifted. In what area? Is it the subsidy remover? Which all of them campaign that they are going to remove? Peter Obi promised to remove campaign that is going to remove subsidy.
Of course.
Atiku Abubakar campaign that is going to remove subsidy. And of course, the present president equally campaigned that is going to remove subsidy. As a matter of fact, President Muhammadu Buhari, former president, he made a statement that the subsidy is non-existent. That is a classified, statement. He said it's non-existent, meaning we might think there's subsidy, but there's no subsidy, whereas it is consuming a lot of our treasury. So, and subsidy, we believe is just a kind of game they are using to loot this. Loot this nation. One thing I keep telling my friends and other associates: any administration that could remove subsidy, it signifies that it's not interested in looting the treasury of that nation, because subsidy is the instrument many of them use to satisfy their family, satisfy their friends, their associates. Anybody that wants to bring in somebody into the government, we push him into an area where subsidy is, be touched. So many of them, they do that. And two, let me just say this quickly: if the president wouldn't have announced the subsidy right from the day of his inauguration, removal of subsidy would have become another torso.
Yes, it would have.
Because anytime his body language shows that he wants to remove the subsidy, you will see Labour and the rest of them coming up, and you will see that the country will be so disorganized even more.
Yes.
What the president has done so far is quite, commendable. As citizens, we are commending him. He's doing well, and we are saying he should continue in this state.
Wow. Okay, that's on it. You said president on course. Why do you say that?
Because he has done everything right so far.
Okay, he has done everything right.
He has actually done wrong.
Okay.
Look at the arrest of Emefiele. You know what Emefiele has caused this country? We are trying to recover by the grace of God.
Yes, we will.
Emefiele has damaged this country emotionally, psychologically, economically. A lot of persons lost their life because of his unwarranted incompetence Naira policy.
Yes.
So now that is for that. What about Bauer, let's say the former EFCC boss? Many of them have links to corruption, and the president is trying to, deal with those issues according to the rule of law. So what has the president done wrong that anybody is going to say Mr. President has done wrong? The man is doing well, and we, the young Nigerians, the young citizens of this country, we are saying should just remain on course.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. Let's quickly go on a break and listen to the people on the streets on what they have to talk about this fuel subsidy removal. We'll shortly be back.
Har yanzu kuna magana nan menene conclusion ya ce ku zo yau ne?
Okay, welcome back. This is People and Politics. So now quickly, let's look at the demolitions here and there everywhere in Nigeria, but it is as if it is the mandate of the Kano state governor, because demolitions in all states is not making news the way that it's happening in Kano. So, what do you think about these demolitions? Although we know that some are justifiable, why some are not? There are some constructions that are symbolic to the state, but coming to demolish them, I really do not know. In Lagos State, we know that, yes, some buildings are dilapidated and they need to be removed in order to save lives and also properties of people. But in Kano State, the way this thing is happening everywhere, and he's saying that they use the debris to repair the Kano wall. Seriously, I do not understand the Kano state governor, but what do you think about this? Is it political, or is it driven by sincerity to, build a Kano state that we all be proud of, or is he in any way trying to, demolish things that are maybe by his predecessors that they are no longer in good times? I don't understand his motives.
The fact that the demolitions as it were is any structure that is against the design of that particular environment or state. Now, when you demolish, you have to give a proper reason, an acceptable reason that everyone will appreciate. Now, some of the demolitions that are carried out so far, according to the former government of Kano State, that's the Ganduje administration, they are saying that they are politically motivated. As a matter of fact, Ganduje made a statement at the time that if he could have met what do you call him, Rabiu Kwankwaso at the Asoro, he would have given him a slap.
Of course.
Because he's thinking that many of the demolitions that are going on right now in Kano State are being prompted by Rabiu Kwankwaso, because the present administration is from NPP.
Yes.
Rabiu Kwankwaso is the leader. So many of them are beginning to have that insinuations that the demolitions going on right now are being masterminded by Rabiu Kwankwaso. Now, the demolitions of those facilities, they even said they are under PPR, that is public-private partnership.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some economical impact on the state. And the government of Ganduje are alleging that there are no due notice to those demolitions. And those notices, of course, they should be according to Land Use Act.
Yeah.
You don't just demolish. You don't just go anywhere and demolish. Like the monument they built that was equally demolished. That monument was designed around 2027, and it was used to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the state. Now the present government has now said there's no reason to have that structure in place. And I think there was an occasion where the state SFG, the secretary to the state government, came out and alleged that there is a sign of the cross, which is of course a symbol of Christianity, on that monument.
Yeah.
In Kano State, and it's saying that such a structure with such design cannot remain in a major Islamic state such as Kano. That was what the present SHG is trying to say. The present SHG, of course, was the former, executive secretary to the trust fund, education trust, So you would see that many a time we think we are fighting each other, but we are undoing the state. Many of such demolition, from the look of things, from various arguments and other school of thought, are not supposed to take place. Now you demolish a monument that was used to celebrate the state in the Golden Jubilee because it's carrying a cross. There's a little symbol of cross on it, and you have to demolish it. And according to the government of Ganduje, that monument is to showcase the culture, the commercial history, and cosmopolitan diversity of the state, of the city. Now, Ganduje masterminded the present administration of Abba, Usman, and he has demolished that facility now. So many of those things that have, that make the state to carry that design, that source facilities, which make a state.
Yeah.
Now the place is done. Now let's wait for what they are going to bring up there.
Yeah, seriously, let's wait.
Abba Yusuf is trying to be loyal to Kwankwaso, and as a result, a lot of structures, facilities that are useful to the state, that have some socio-political or socio-economic impact on the city, bringing them down. So let us wait and watch what is going to come out of those places, where demolitions.
All right, let us wait and see what Kano State is going to be, what Kano State is going to look like with all the demolitions going on. Now, quickly to this, Tinubu's advisory committee recommends the sale of refineries and other assets. Really? So, Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know what to say on this, but selling of refineries, what do you think? They're advising him well?
Let us look at this matter critically.
Okay.
The present day government, as a matter of fact, they don't do business. Government creates an enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
Yes.
And especially in a country such as Nigeria, where you see an average office holder, a corrupt person. When you say government do business, you know that at the end of the day, that business is not going to thrive and is going to culminate into wastages. Now, let's talk about the refinery. The report or the assertion of the committee that they should be sold, to some extent, it's not bad because look, you know when the first refinery was built in Nigeria, 1965 or 75? 65.
Yes.
The first refinery was built in 1965, and over 20 years now, they have been done. They have not been in operation.
That's bad.
Most part of the machineries and other facilities are not going to be working properly anymore. And there was a time I did a talk on this. Do you know that many of these refineries in Nigeria, or let's say the 4 refineries,
Yes.
you know that many of their parts can no longer be gotten from the production room? You
Yes.
want to go and get some parts of some of the machinery equipment in this refinery. If you go and if you say you want to go to the marketplace and get them, you may not find them anymore because this is after 20 years, they would have, redesigned refinery equipment and all of that.
Well, I thought the past administration.
It's not going to be an easy task, to take on.
But I thought the past administration did something on repairing the refineries. Is it that all those money pumped? Yes. Is it that it's going to be a waste?
$5 billion was approved by the president of by the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari under the supervision of the Minister for State Petroleum. That's what do you call it? The main receiver.
Yeah.
And the fact remains that I think from the feelers we are getting, they said it's 95%, 75% completed. But as at this moment, if the period they have given to revamp that refinery, I think that period has passed. And the fact remains that the what do you call it, the corruption status of this country may not really allow anything to thrive. So we want the government to focus on creating enabling environment for business to thrive. Government may forget about refineries. If you go to other countries, you see individuals. The largest refinery in the world is in Texas by ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil is not owned by the government of United States.
Yeah.
So we want situations like that. Let the government give licenses to investors to go and build modular refineries and all of that. Market forces will bring the price down.
Yes.
We learned that the government gave a license to import fuel. That is a man that just commissioned his refinery about 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So many of the things are not in.
Okay. Anyway, let's see how that will pan out. If actually this administration is going to bow to selling of the refineries, if they are going to bow to the selling of refineries, and yes, welcome back, sir. Yes, so now that they've not
He's saying that the government should
Yes.
place the refineries
On sales. Okay. If you think privatizing will, bring in more revenue and it will help in building our economy. I think that's your take on this. Okay. So now,
Come
okay.
again with your question, please.
Yeah, I say you should go on, sir.
Please, can you come again?
Please continue on the sale of refineries.
So, like I was saying, if the committee has come up with a report and a suggestion that the refineries should be placed on sale, it means that they have concluded from their various assessments that these refineries cannot be revamped. You can't work them again. They can't come up again into operation. And you remember this, what the Port Harcourt refinery was told the other time. You remember?
Yes.
I think that was under Olusegun Obasanjo. Am I right?
Yes.
Towards the end of the administration. So I want to be of that school of thought that our refineries should be placed on sale, because you can't get anything from this from now to tomorrow. Most parts of those refineries, most parts facilities in those refineries cannot function properly anymore. You're just going to get more. You are going to accumulate more waste in an attempt to revamp them. So please let them go.
Okay.
Government should provide enabling environment for businesses to thrive. They should create a environment for competitors, to come together, and market forces will bring price low.
Okay. So government should privatize the refineries, and market prices will make it to come down, and that is a very nice stand. Thank you very much. That's all for today. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the show. We appreciate you. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. There are roadblocks to a strong democracy in Nigeria at different levels of government for decades now. Conflicts triggered by political competition and communal, ethnic, and religious sources are rivalries that poses a major threat to our democracy as a nation. But it is hoped that with the inception of this government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that democracy, as we celebrated a few days ago, will thrive in this country. Well, that is all we can take on for today on People and Politics. I am Rita UCHECHI. See you next week. Same time, same station.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic